Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the final round of the Australian Open Field of Greens Golf. Let's get right down to finding out who's on the leaderboard as I load the program. There we go. Those are the cup points after a couple of tournaments, but they don't really mean anything this early on. So take a look at the schedule. So far this year, we played the Kapalua Invitational from Maui, Hawaii. Ernie Els won at 18 under. McDonald Smith won the Sony Open. That was a short hop over to Oahu, the Wailea Country Club. And now onto another island. We're in Australia at the Melbourne Club at Sydney, Australia. Let's take a look at the tournament summary up to this point. Lee Trevino leads 13 under par. Ian Woosnam, 11 under. A quadruple number of golfers, I guess. Greg Norman, Sergio Garcia, Fred Couples, and Ralph Goodall at 10 under. Another fall golfers at 9 under, Colin Montgomery, Ben Hogan, Larry Nelson, Vijay Singh. So we've got a lot of players within 4 strokes of the lead. And without any further ado, let's start playing the final round of the tournament. As usual, what we're going to do here is sim until the first group, which is Graham and Duval, hit the 15th hole. Take a look at the leaderboard. Then we'll add the TV players and we'll start the broadcast. So without any further ado, Lee Trevino, by the way, is who does have Lee Trevino? I just looked it up. I've already forgotten it. Lee Trevino is a midlife crisis golfer. So I would expect midlife might be on here a little later. Here we go. You won't see much change in the leaderboard as this starts because the golfers down the bottom are the ones that are playing. Dave Stockton, 6 under. 7 under now. He's the only one that's popped into the board. Now a bunch of golfers popped in at 6 under there at the bottom. Lead group is on 13. They're on 14, and when they hit 15, we'll hit the pause button and take a look where we are. There we are. There's the pause group. Fuzzy Zeller, 9 under, 4 strokes back. Let's watch Fuzzy play. Dave Stockton at 9 under after 7 holes. 5 under for the round. I was reading the wrong column. I apologize. So why don't we start with those two, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we'll finish this an hour and 15 minutes. Shouldn't go any longer. Zeller and Stockton are on the same hole. Par 4 8th, Fuzzy Zeller in the fairway. Dave Stockton, good drive. He's also safely in the fairway. Zeller's approach is to the right behind some trees. Dave Stockton. His second shot is short. He's going to chip up. 471 yards is a long par 4. Neither one of these guys came close. And Zeller's going to have a tough putt to save his par. 52-footer. And that's a good leg putt. He should tap that in. Stockton's going to go first, however, and hits it a little too hard, goes by the hole. Zeller bogeys. Stockton bogeys. Both guys go to 8. And they're still leading on the course, so let's keep playing. On the 9th, 440-yard par 4, and Zeller hits a tree. Dave Stockton, right down the middle. Let's see how Zeller's going to get out of this. Not bad. He's going to have trouble. Bogey, he'll be happy with, I'm sure. His third shot. Almost. Didn't quite make it. Dave Stockton, a David Landau golfer, is going to be on and have a birdie attempt. Zeller chips up, not one of his better chips. He's going to have a tough putt for a bogey attempt. Stockton's birdie attempt is to the right. Zeller's bogey attempt just goes by the hole. He's going to tap it in for a double bogey. Stockton pars the hole. Zeller has dropped way down. Let me find him so I can cross him off. Anybody catch up with Stockton? Yeah, Tom Lehman at 8 under. And Tiger Woods, for the first time on TV in the 2 weeks I've been doing this, Tiger Woods will be on TV. Let's play. Here's Tiger Woods on the 10th, a par 4. Right down the middle. Tiger Woods' second shot to this 433-yard green. Right in the middle. His birdie attempt. He's 5 under for the round. He's going to tap this in. For the par, remains 8 under. Tom Lehman on the par 3 fifth hole is going to fall into the trap. That's unlucky. Tom Lehman is a Mike Silva golfer. He's going to have a tough putt for a par, 10-footer, and he's going to put it in. Clutch putt. He remains 8 under as we go to the replays available. Sutton, 80 yards to a foot. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it hit the hole. It's even worse than that. Great shot. Okay, back to live action. Dave Stockton on the 10th. On the fairway, 3-iron to the green. Pulls it a little bit. Almost pin high off the green. He'll hit a lob wedge. Good shot. And he taps it in for his par. Tiger Woods on the 11th, par 4, 332 yards. Will he make the green? He just off the green. Here comes his eagle attempt. And he's going to tap in a birdie putt, pick up another stroke. Tiger Woods at 9 under. Arnold Palmer is at 8. We get Arnold Palmer along with Tiger Woods on TV. And Nick Faldo's at 8. And Raymond Floyd's at 8, but he is yet to tee off. So who are we going to see next? Arnold Palmer on the par 3 third hole pulls his drive, and he's in the trap. There's his sand wedge. He's got a tough putt, make for par. But he does it. Arnie stays at 8. Tom Lehman on the 6th, par 4, 313 yards. Will he drive the green? He does. And he is going to have a makeable eagle putt. But he misses it to the right. He's going to tap that in for birdie, pick up another stroke. Lehman now tied with Woods on the course. They're the leaders on the course. Payne Stewart pops in. Well, we still have a little time. We're only 10 minutes into it, so we can leave all these golfers on. Hopefully you get to see your golfer. Nick Faldo on the 10th. Faldo is a midlife golfer. His approach shot, he should be on the green. "40-foot birdie attempt. That was a good putt. Taps it in for his par. Dave Stockton on the 332 par 4. Dave Stockton is a David Landau golfer. A little strong, but his backspin brings him back. 20-footer for a birdie. Not quite enough. It's going to tap that in and remain. 8 under. Excuse me. Let's see who we watch next. Tiger Woods on the 12th, par 4, 440 yards. And that's a beautiful drive. He's only got a lob wedge to the green. And he does have a makeable birdie putt. This putt is going to be from 9 feet. Puts it in the hole. He goes to 10 under. He's the leader on the course. We'll go one more hole around with all these players. Then we'll drop a few off as Payne Stewart on the par 3 third hole puts it in the bunker. There's an out. He's got a tough putt to hold par. And he will bogey this hole, drop to 7 under. Get rid of Payne Stewart now. Okay. Anybody else sneak in here? Lawson Little, he's been around, but I'm not going to add him quite yet. Let's see who's next up. Arnie on the par 4 fourth hole. Good drive. His approach. Right on the stick. 10 feet away for the birdie. Oh, just misses it. He's going to tap that in for his par. Arnold Palmer remains 8 under. Where are we here? Tom Lehman, 9 under par. It's a nice drive. Beatles Eternally stops by. I didn't know you were a golf fan, Beatles. Always nice to see you. This is Field of Greens using Action PC Golf, of course. Lehman. It's around the hole and in. Lehman goes to 10 under, ties Tiger Woods on the course. Well, we're going to go. That was... Okay, we're going to see 3 more golfers. Then we're going to cut it down a little bit, speed up the tournament, get to the end. Nick Faldo. Nick Faldo on the par 4 11. Right down the middle. Faldo is a midlife golfer. He's got a birdie attempt. And he goes to 9 under par. Well, you know, I think we can get this down now a little bit. Speed it up, make sure we get it in within our hour broadcasting limits. Tiger Woods, leader on the course, 10 under. Woods in the fairway. Woods approach shot right at the pin. Backs up a little, not quite far enough. He's going to have to putt uphill. His putt is going to be from 28 feet. Not bad from that distance. Taps his par putt in. Through the 13th hole, Woods is 10 under, tied with Lehman. On the course, still to tee off, we have Trevino at 13 under. Tom Lehman, speaking of tied for the lead here on the 8th. Par 4, he's in the fairway. Mike Silva golfer Lehman puts it on. 24-foot birdie attempt. Just by the right side of the hole. Taps it in to remain. Tied for the lead on the course at 10. Nick Faldo up next. Faldo on the par 4, 12th hole. Good drive. Pitching wedge to the green for Faldo. Pulls it a little bit. He's got himself a 42-foot putt for a birdie. And that's a good putt. He's going to tap that in, remain 8 under par. Anybody else? We've got Floyd and Thomas at 9 under. We're going to take Faldo off right now and try to get to the leaders a little quicker than normal. Tiger Woods, 10 under. 189-yard par 3. He is on the green, but a long, long putt for a 62-footer for a birdie attempt. He'll be lucky to be within 5 feet. But he did it. It was a good putt. He's 3 feet, 3 inches away, taps it in. Woods remains 3 strokes back at Lee Trevino, 10 under. Lehman up next. Lehman's in the fairway. Pitching wedge to the green. It just makes it over the trap. He will have a birdie attempt from 23 feet. And it's in the hole. Lehman ties Ian Winsome. He has yet to tee off, but he's now at 11 under. See if Tiger Woods can keep pace. Woods here on the par 5 15th. This should be an eagle hole for him, an eagle attempt. His second shot is in the fairways. Yes, this is based on the all-time golfers' ratings. We drafted a golf team. We're going to have both tournament and team matches. Woods birdie putt puts it in the hole. Woods Lehman now tied at 11. Great putt. They're going to be both tournament matches like this and team matches, which start in a couple of months. That's how we're playing it. Of course, by the looks of the big crowd here on YouTube right now, there isn't too much enthusiasm, but the people that like it, like it. Tom Lehman up next. Lehman 11 under, and he cuts the corner. He's in the fairway. Here comes his approach. And it's off the green, but pretty good shape. He should have a good chip and a putt for a par. There's his chip, just missed it. Shouldn't be any problem tapping that in. He remains 11 under, tied with Woods on the course. Trevino at 13 under, the leader in the clubhouse, yet to tee off. Ian Wisdom also tied at 11. He is not teed off. Sergio Garcia, Ralph Gudo, Greg Norman, and Fred Couples, a group of 4 golfers, 10 under. Tiger Woods on the 16th, long par 4. He's to the right. He's going to be in the rough. I don't know if this will hurt him. He's 8 under for the day. His approach shot, it did not hurt him. Beautiful shot. Woods' birdie putt misses to the right. He'll tap that in, remained at 11 under. Only 1, 2, 3 more groups, 3 more holes. Everybody will be on the course. Tom Lehman on the 11th. Tried to drive that hole, didn't make it. He's in the trap. There's a sand shot, and it's not very good. He's going to drop back to 10 unless he can sink this 56-foot putt. Nope, I misspoke. That was for the birdie. If he sinks this putt, he will remain at 10, and he sinks it for the par. He remains at 11. Tiger Woods here on the 17th hole. His Woods approach, he's running out of holes. He's going to have to make this putt. He's got 2 holes to make up, 2 strokes to make up before his round is over, and he puts in the birdie putt. Tiger Woods goes to 12 under. Okay, everybody at 11 is on the course. This is Lehman at 11. He's the first one to play. He's in the 12th hole. He's going to be in the fairway. His approach shot's going to fade to the right, and it's in the trap. Needs a good bunker shot. Not quite good enough. This is a chip he's going to hit with a lob, probably. No, he putted it 16 feet from just off the green. He misses. And he's going to drop to 10 under. Okay, the 10 under guy goes. We did watch Lehman for quite a while. We're going to watch him. The 11 under guys are now on the course. And on the tee is Trevino and Woonsom. So we'll have everybody in here playing in a moment. Tiger Woods on the 18th, and he goes over into another fairway. He's going to approach this from the other fairway. Look at that. Here's his birdie chip. And he's going to tap it in. He's going to finish this round at 9 under par. Tiger Woods, 9 under, finishes the tournament at 12 under par, 1 stroke behind Lee Trevino. He shot a 62 today. That's the end of Woods. You will not be seeing him anymore. Let's put everybody else on that we're going to see. That's it. Everybody else is on. Let's play golf. Par 4, number 1 hole. Woosnam, 11 under. He's in the fairway. Lee Trevino's also in the fairway. Here, their approach shots on the par 4. Trevino with a birdie attempt. Woosnam is going to fall off the front of this green. That's called the false front, where you almost make it to the green but roll backwards. He's going to have a chip shot with a lob wedge. He's going to have a tough putt for a par here in a moment. And he's going to tap that in for bogey. He's going to drop 2 strokes back. Lee Trevino birdies the hole, 1 under for the round. He now has a 3-stroke lead. Woosnam is no longer on the TV. 3 strokes, Goodall, Couples, and Norman all chasing Lee Trevino. Ralph Goodall down the center of the fairway. Mike in the truck stops by. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by to watch our Field of Greens golf tournament, a Steve Tate invention. We're using the all-time golfers, and we're playing not only a season worth of tournaments, we're also playing Ryder Cup type style tournaments by teams. Goodall drops that one in. He now is 12 under par, 2 strokes behind Lee Trevino. Ralph Goodall is a golfer that is coached by Midlife Crisis. Midlife's got a bunch of good golfers in this tournament. Doing well. Greg Norman, 11 under on the par 3. He's hits a bad shot. Too much club, too much to the right. Fred Couples is going to get some spin on this one. He's going to have a birdie putt. Norman's bunker shot. Greg Norman is a Steve Tate golfer, and he put it in for his. Whoa, there it is. Good par putt. Both guys par the hole. Let's see who Fred Couples belongs to. Fred Couples is a big clue golfer. As we continue, Lee Trevino up next. Trevino on the second hole, par 5, 529 yards. Several golfers have been on this in 2. And he's going for it, and he is just off. He will have an eagle putt from just off the green. 67-footer for an eagle 3. Here it comes. Can't get better than that except put it in the hole. He's going to tap it in for birdie, and he's going to go 15 under. 2 under for the day. Let's see, do I have to add anybody else? Nope. Greg Norman's 11 under. We're going to get rid of Greg Norman temporarily for the sake of time. There we are, Trevino, Goodall, and Couples on television. Ralph's shot on his par 3 third hole. He's going to roll down. He's going to have a birdie attempt. $16-footer for a bird. Goodall just going to miss to the left. Taps it in, remains 12 under par. Fred Couples at 12 under par, 437-yard par 4, fourth hole. He's in the fairway. He will hit to the green using a 9-iron. And once again, good shot. He'll have a birdie attempt from 17 feet. Misses to the right. Taps it in. Fred Couples. 12 under. Ralph Goodall, 12 under. Couples through 4. Goodall through 3. Trevino through 2. I don't have to add anybody else. Tiger Woods shot a 62 today, 9 under par, brought himself to 12 under. Probably no chance to win, but quite a round. Lee Trevino up next. Trevino on the par 3 third hole. And that couldn't be better. He's going to back that up. $20-foot putt for a birdie. Can he go to 16 under? Don't think so. You got to hit it, Lee. Taps it into the side door here. Remains at 15 under. Ralph Goodall 3 strokes back in the fairway with his drive on the par 4 fourth hole. Goodall's approach a little to the right, but he's going to spin onto the green. He's going to have 28-foot birdie putt. You got to hit it. See if he can tap that in, remain. At 12, he does. Fred Couples on the par 3 fifth hole. Couples are going to have a makeable birdie putt here from 5 feet. And he puts it in. Couples goes to 13 under. Sergio Garcia is on the boards at 12 under. So there's our 4 golfers that are on TV. Trevino 15 under leads by 2 strokes over Fred Couples. Sergio Garcia 12 under. Who's Sergio belong to? I can never remember. There's too many people there. Sergio's an MV golfer. I should have remembered that since he's playing with an all-European squad. Lee Trevino, par 4 fourth, puts it in the fairway. Five iron to the green for Trevino, and it's a beautiful shot. He's going to have a 29-footer. And it's close enough to tap in for his par. Trevino remains 2 strokes up. Sergio Garcia, the first time today, par 3, 5th hole. This is going to be close. Sergio Garcia has a short little putt here in a moment, but he's on the same hole as Goodall, so Goodall tees off. Goodall with a 46-footer down the hill. Let's see how close he gets it. That's a good putt from up there. Sergio birdies the hole. Goodall pars the hole. We have 2 golfers at 13 under, 2 behind Lee Trevino, and Ben Hogan sneaks up. He's 12 under along with Tom Lehman. I'm going to take those guys off. Unfortunately, they got to get a little closer, but next up, Fred Couples, 2 strokes back. And there it is. He's on the green, 313-yard par 4. He's got an eagle putt, and here it comes for his eagle. Can he tie? No, that's not a good putt, but he's got a birdie attempt here that's going to go right in, and he goes to 14 under. Good hole. Golfers have been always trying to hit this 313-yard hole. Some make it, some get in trouble. Trevino, 147 yards. Once again, that's going to back up. He will have a 20-foot birdie putt. Just misses as it slides by on the left. Taps it in. Same 3 on the top. Trevino, 15 under. Couples, 14 under. Sergio Garcia, 13 under par. Garcia on the 6th. Garcia pushed this ball to the right. Hitting trees is never a good sign. But he's able to get out of here. Not quite as good as he'd like. He's still in trouble. Believe it or not, he can still save par by sinking this putt. He does not. He's going to lose a stroke, drop to 12. Okay. We've got a whole group at 12. We're going to work with Lee Trevino and Couples. Couples 14 under here on the 7th. 454-yard par 4. Here's a 4-iron to the green. And that's a nice shot. Couples birdie attempt. He's going to tap that in, remain 14 under. Lee Trevino up next on the par 4, 6th, the 313-yard hole. He's going to be putting for an eagle. Not a close putt. It's 42 feet away, but he is putting for an eagle. Not too many opportunities to do that. Lee Trevino is going to tap this in, goes 16 under par. He went around the back door, but he is 2 strokes ahead of Freddie Couples now. Whole host of golfers at 12 under, 4 strokes back. In the clubhouse with Tiger Woods at 12 under, 62. Dave Stockton shot a 65. He's 10 under in the clubhouse. Chichi Rodriguez is in the clubhouse with a 68, 8 under, along with Nick Faldo, who shot a 67 today. Fred Couples on the 8th hole, par 4, 471. Three-wood. He pushed it to the right. Hitting trees. Hate that sound. He's out of it, but he's in trouble. This has to go in to save par. Let's see what happens. Not quite enough. Couples has still got a tough putt. He's going to double bogey. Couples is going to drop 2 strokes on this hole. Those trees will get hit all the time. I can tell you that, Beatles. Nothing's worse sounding than a golf ball hitting a tree. Okay. Couples drops to 12. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys at 12. Let's use the guys that are furthest along. 17. Well, we don't have to do that. Sorry. We can get rid of the 12 because Greg Norman, I just noticed, went to 13 under. So there we go. We do have 2 golfers. Trevino, 3 strokes up on Greg Norman. .450-yard par 4, 7th. Nice drive. Trevino is going to have a birdie attempt. This looks like Trevino's tournament. He's really hot. This is a bad putt, however. He should have sunk that. That was not a difficult putt, and he pulled it. Puts it in for his par, remains at 16 through 7. We're on the 9th hole, par 4, 440. Greg Norman couldn't have hit a better shot. Norman's approach. He's going to be putting for a birdie. Makeable birdie putt. 10-footer. And he puts it in. Greg Norman now only 2 strokes back. We'll throw Freddie Couples back in. This Couples back to 13. Okay, here we go. Lee Trevino is next, I believe. 8th hole, par 4, 471. He's right in the middle of the fairway. He's been there all day. Trevino's approach. Well, that could be out of bounds. And it was. Trevino's only bad shot of the day, and that's going to cost him. He's going to have to make this putt for a double bogey. He's going to triple bogey hole number 8 and change the complexion of the entire tournament. Trevino drops to 13 under, tied. We got 4 guys we're going to watch now. Greg Norman's got a 1-stroke lead through 9. 13 under Trevino, Couples, and Hogan. Everybody's around the same hole. We got about 9 holes to go. It's 45 minutes into this broadcast. I'm really pleased with the speed at which this is going. We're looking good. Let's play some golf. But before we do that, just so everybody will know who everybody is, Greg Norman, and I have to look them up, is a Steve Tate golfer. Lee Trevino is a midlife crisis call for Fred Couples. Big Clue and Ben Hogan. Buckshot. I hope Buckshot gets to see these. Anyway, Buckshot loves golf, and he's in here. Let's play the round. Greg Norman from the 10th tee on a par 4, 433 yards, right down the middle. He's Fred Couples hitting a driver off the tee, and he is looking good also. Fred Couples approach. He's on. Greg Norman, also a good-looking shot. He's on. We got birdie attempts, both these golfers. Norman from 33 feet. And it just died at the end. That was headed for the hole. Puts in his par. Couples just slides by on the left. He's going to tap that in for a par. Let's see where we stand. Ralph Goodall joins the group at 13 under. Geez, you guys aren't making it easy for my broadcast. 4 guys chasing Greg Norman. Let's go. Ben Hogan's first time we've seen him today here on the par 4, 332-yard hole. There's his lob wedge. He's going to have a birdie attempt. Hogan puts it in the hole. Ben Hogan drops to 14 under. He ties for the lead. Greg Norman through 11. Let's see how the rest of these golfers are going to do. Lee Trevino's next. Trevino just triple bogeyed a hole. Let's see if he can make a comeback on the 9th. He is going to have a beautiful drive. His approach shot's a lob wedge. And he's going to back up. He's going to want to tap that in, pick up one of those strokes. Here, let's see if he can do it. 8-footer. And he hits it too hard. Goes through the hole. He's going to have to tap it in for a par. An easy stroke he could have picked up. Okay, there we are. 14 under. Norman and Hogan. Trevino, Goodall, and Couples. 13 under. Moving right along. Ralph Goodall on 10th. Pretty soon we'll all be on the back 9. Goodall's drive is a good one. Four-iron approach is going to be pushed a little bit to the right, and he's going to slide into the bunker. He's going to need a good bunker shot to get close. And now he's going to need a good putt because he is 14 feet away. Guess what? He did it. Save par. Let's see. Do we have anything on here that's worth watching? How about a Chichi Rodriguez shot from 179 yards? Let's see what he does with it. Well, couldn't have done better than that, I guess, except put it in the hole. Anyway, let's see where we are. Who's up next? Greg Norman from the 11th, par 4. 332 yards. He's pin high, but to the right. A good lob wedge, and he can birdie this hole. Fred Couples is going to go the same direction, but he's not going to go as far. He's in the bunker. Couples hits out. Reasonable bunker shot. Norman's lob wedge, and it's not a good one unless that's downhill. Not downhill enough. 2 tough putts coming up from 14 feet, Couples. Drops it in the hole to save par. Norman birdies. Okay, we've got some changes here. Trevino is going to drop off TV temporarily. We've got Norman at 15 under. Everybody's through 11 there. Norman 15 under. Couples 14 under. Ben Hogan. Let's go to the course. Ben Hogan on the 12th. 440 yards. His approach looking good. Little short. He's going to putt it, though. And a little hard. He's got a really tough par putt coming back. He misses it. Going to tap it in for his bogey. Going to drop a stroke back. Hogan now drops off TV as he drums with those trio of golfers at 1300. Let's watch Couples and Norman fight it out. They're both on the same hole. Norman in trouble. Although he didn't hit a tree, he might be able to get out of that. Fred Couples on the fairway on this 440-yarder. Eight iron to the green for Couples. It's just short, but he'll be putting from there. Greg Norman's in. Trees are in the way. He's got to punch it out. Crosses the fairway into the rough. Greg Norman's going to lose a stroke unless this is really close. Well, it's close enough. He might be able to sink that. Couples birdie attempt. Short and to the right. Here's Norman's par attempt. And you bet he saved par. What a play. Ralph Goodall. Joins the group at 14 under. He'll be up next. Hole number 12. Good drive. Ralph Goodall, I think, won the U.S. Open in the 1930s. His birdie putt, he just misses. I met Ralph Goodall. I've mentioned in other broadcasts. He was the honorary pro at Braemar Country Club, Tarzana, California, when I was a member there back in 1980. That was 45 years ago. That's quite a time, but I did meet him. Greg Norman. In the fairway. Fred Couples. Are those trees going to be in his way? Let's find out. You heard it. The trees were in the way. Fred Couples is going to lose some strokes here, I think. Well, let's see how close this gets, because if he makes that putt, he'll par the hole. Greg Norman's approach. Too much club, and he's in the trees behind the green. Greg Norman chips out. Both players have had better holes today. 45-footer for Couples to remain 14 under par. Good putt, but it's not going to be in. Norman's attempt to save par. Once again, a good attempt, but he's going to tap it in for bogey. Both players will be losing a stroke on this hole. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And we've got Goodall and Norman tied at 14 under. Those are the two we're going to watch play as we approach the end of the Australian Open here from Sydney, Australia, the Melbourne Club. Ralph Goodall, 384-yard, 13th hole, right down the middle. Goodall's 6-iron to the green. Looks pretty damn good from here. He's got a 13-foot birdie putt, and he puts it in. Ralph Goodall takes the lead in the Australian Open. Once again, Ralph Goodall is a midlife crisis golfer. Midlife crisis is usually here. I don't think he's here today. He's going to have to watch this on videotape. Can Norman keep pace? He's on the 14th, par 3. Let's see how close he can get it. He's short and to the right. He's going to chip up. And that's a good shot. Taps it in for a par. He remains one stroke back of Ralph Goodall, who we're going to see next. Ralph on the 14th, par 3. Safely on for Ralph. He's got a 26-footer. Misread that one. He is in for a par. That was close. He remains a stroke up on Greg Norman. Let's go to Greg Norman on the 15th. This is a potential eagle hole. Norman's got the distance to be on in 2. Second shot doesn't make it. He's playing it safe. Here's his third shot, and he pushed it to the right. He's going to have a long birdie attempt. 26-footer. And he'll tap that in and remain 14 under par. One stroke behind Ralph Goodall. We go to the 15th. Same hole. Let's see what Goodall does with it. His second shot, safely on the fairway. His approach, within 3 feet, he's got a birdie attempt, and he's got it. Goodall takes a 2-stroke lead over Greg Norman as they're both through 15 holes. We are got a match coming into the final 3 holes. Norman on the 16th. Par 4, long. Par 4, 474 yards. Norman with a 5-iron. Up on the upper level, safely. Tough putt. There's a downhill putt. Let's see how close he can get. He's got about a 4-footer to knock that in for a par. And he does so. Remains 2 strokes behind Goodall. Goodall on the 16th is in the fairway. Will he stay in the fairway? He does. His approach shot is going to be dead center. 30-foot birdie attempt. He's going to go by the hole maybe 5-6 feet, right? 6-footer for a par. Will he get it? He does. Goodall's been On. Let's take a look at what we got. We got Fred Couples on the 16th hole, now 2 strokes behind. Larry Nelson with a 66 is the leader in the clubhouse at 14 under. Fred Couples, 14 under. I think he'll be okay if he can hit it over those trees. Greg Norman, however, is right down the middle of the fairway. Norman's approach, he'll be putting. Fred Couples went around the tree. He's going to have to use a wedge to get to the green. Lob wedge. And now he's going to have to sink that putt, about 15 feet maybe? Let's see. Norman from 46 feet will tap that in, remain 14 under. Couples. He did it. He saves par. Good job. Norman taps it in for his par. As we approach the end, Norman and Couples 2 strokes behind Goodall. Goodall just has to par out, and he's going to win a tournament. Par 4 17th. Goodall in the fairway. Here comes a 5-iron to the green. Goodall safely on. 30-foot putt for a birdie. If this goes in, oh, almost. If that went in, the tournament would have been over anyway. There he goes. 2 strokes. 1 hole to go here. 18th hole for Fred Couples. That isn't, well, that may do it. We've seen a couple of golfers come in that way. Greg Norman pulls that a little too much. And it's in the water. Norman is out of the tournament. Fred Couples, approach shot. And it's a beauty. He needs to sink that putt. Greg Norman is 4th shot. He needs to sink this putt for a bogey. He'll be putting first. And it's around the hole and out. He taps it in. This is a must putt for Couples. No, remains 2 strokes back. Greg Norman finishes 12 under, 4 strokes back. He shot a 69 today. Ben Hogan, 13 under, 67. Larry Nelson, 66. Fred Couples finished with a 67. He's 2 strokes back. And that's it. We got a few golfers on the course. No one's going to catch him. Unless this is a disaster, Ralph Goodall is going to be the Australian Open champion for Field of Greens. His approach. His chip. And his putt. Well, he's going to bogey the last hole, but it won't make any difference. There it is. He finishes with a 66. He's 15 under. Whoops. Let me do something here. Ian Woosen and Lee Trevino are going to finish 11 and 12 under. Let's just finish them off and finish the round. And let's get to the final. Melbourne Club, Australian Open. There it is, Ralph Goodall, 269 total. A winner over Couples and Nelson, who beats by a stroke. Ben Hogan, he beats by 2 strokes. 3 strokes, Tiger Woods. That's Tiger Woods' best finish of the season. I will wrap this up. I'll post the stats in which you see here. Before I do that, let's see the next tournament. The next tournament's in Torrey Pines, Southern California, the Farmers Insurance Open. We'll do that next week. Let's see here. We stand here. The cup points for the season, Ernie Els still in first place. Ralph Goodall moves to number 2. McDonald Smith, number 3. Those are the 3 golfers that won the 3 tournaments so far. Anyway, I want to thank Beatles Eternally, Mike in the truck, for stopping by, and anybody else who may be watching this. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday and end to their terrific July 4th weekend, and we'll all catch you on YouTube, Facebook, or Discord. Anyway, have a nice evening.